Hi, it's Chef Robin. So I want to share another recipe with you. So tonight we're going to do chili spiced flank steak tacos using Plum Creek Wagyu beef. And we're going to also do some cilantro slaw, some avocado crumb, and a little pico de gallo. All right, so first thing up, we're going to do our marinade for our chili spiced Wagyu flank steak tacos. So we're going to add all of our ingredients into our Ziploc bag. So I have 2 teaspoons of paprika, a teaspoon of ancho chili powder, which is dried poblano peppers, which is mild. So, and then we're gonna do some onion powder, a teaspoon of that, teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of brown sugar, and then a teaspoon of chipotle chili powder, which is smoked jalapeno peppers, 1/4 of a teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 of a teaspoon of coriander, a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper, and then we're gonna do 1/4 of a cup plus 2 tablespoons worth of lime juice, and just a tablespoon of olive oil or whatever oil you got. And what we're gonna do after that is just kind of pull it together and mix it up with your hands. A lot of times I like to zip it up and shake it. And then we're gonna add our flank steak to that. And that needs to marinate for 24 hours. So while that's marinating, we're gonna go ahead and do some cilantro slaw. So first thing we're gonna add to our bowl is whatever kind of cabbage you have. You can use angel hair. I've just got red cabbage, so that's what we're gonna use tonight for this dish. About 1/4 of a cup of cilantro we're gonna add in. A tablespoon of oil. I'm using olive oil, whatever oil you've got. And about a teaspoon worth of kosher salt, sea salt, whatever you got. And then we want 1/2 cup of green onion. So again, we're gonna do a little knife skill here, gripping with 3 fingers and then pinching. We're gonna cut off those tops. And I'm left-handed, so you might be doing this the opposite way, making sure that I don't cut my fingers off, and we're gonna roll through it. Then adding this to our cilantro slaw. So the next thing we want to add is 1 tablespoon worth of lime. Remember that like 1/2 of a lime is 1 tablespoon. So we're going to throw 1/2 of this lime in, and we're going to add the juice of that to our cilantro slaw. There we go. Toss it together. And we got our first part done. All right, cilantro slaw is done. Check it off. We're going to do our avocado crumb next. So everything's gonna go into a blender, food processor, whatever you got. So we're gonna add in a whole zest of a lime. Remembering that when we zest, we always have whatever we're zesting underneath our zester. So we've got a zest of a lime, tapping it in. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon or a 1/2 of a lime into our avocado crumb. We also want 2 tablespoons worth of milk, whatever you got. In it goes. 1/4 of a cup of sour cream in, and we're gonna do 1/2 of an avocado. Remembering, when we use our avocado, we are going around, twisting, and then we are not doing it in our hand because we don't want to cut our palms. So we're setting it down, taking the pit, turning it, taking it out, and then spooning that avocado in. So we're just going to add that 1/2 of the avocado in, and then we're going to blend that up. All right, next up, Wagyu flank steak tacos. So I've had this flank steak marinating for 24 hours, and then I let it rest for about 2 hours. That's so that when you cook it in your cast iron pan, it doesn't shock it. It's nice and relaxed. It allows those flavors to pull through. So you want to make sure that you let it get to room temperature before you cook it. We're going to cut it into nice thin strips. If you want to do this on the grill, you absolutely can. You can cook it without cutting it up, and it'll take about 8 to 10 minutes to do it that way, but we're going to do it in our cast iron pan, which is going to take about 3 to 4 minutes. But you can look at that marbling. That is absolutely beautiful. It's going to make it nice and tender. Remember, when you order your Wagyu flank steak tacos, when you end up cutting them, that you cut them against the grain, not with the grain, just like we're doing. But you can see that nice marbling. So now we have our beautiful Wagyu flank steak cut up. You can see the marbling. It's absolutely beautiful. We're going to add it to our nice hot cast iron pan, which has a little bit of olive oil in it, or whatever oil you got. So we're going to add that in. You want to make sure it's nice and hot. And like I said, it's only going to take about 3 to 4 minutes for this to cook. If you do it on the grill, 8 to 10 minutes if you don't cut it up. So it's been about 3 to 4 minutes, and the Wagyu beef is looking amazing. So we're gonna cut it off, shut the temp off, and get ready to plate our flank steak tacos. All right, let's plate it up. So I've got a couple tortillas, and we're gonna do our nice Wagyu flank steak. First of all, in there. All right, cilantro slaw is next. A little bit of pico de gallo. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of that avocado crumb. And some cojita cheese, which in Mexico is their form of Parmesan, but I think it's more like a feta cheese, but it's nice and salty. All right, plate it up. Add a few beautiful pieces of lime. So I hope that you'll try my recipe, and that I hope that you will love it. And please go to Plum Creek Wagyu's website. You'll get a 15% discount if you order anything using the code Chef Robin. Cheers to you. Love you guys so much. Hope everybody's doing great. Cheers. Enjoy the food.